talk again about when we mess up, how we talk to ourselves when we mess up, when we do something wrong, for lack of a better term. And so, true story, and I've told the story, I literally just told the story in one of my sessions, so that's why I'm doing this and it's fresh on my mind. A couple weeks ago, I took my 9 and 10-year-old into Yankee Candle, which is now a mistake. When they were littler, we could take them in there. We were never at risk of them breaking anything. They also didn't care, didn't want anything. It wasn't a fun store. And I took them in a couple months ago, maybe even about 5 weeks ago. And now they want stuff. So that's why I'm saying it was a bad idea. And I've learned. They're 9 and 10. Just me, no judgments. I don't believe a 9 and 10-year-old should have candles in their room. But I lost that battle. Like, I totally gave in. When she wanted a candle in her room, I gave in. And Daddy was not happy with me. So they had these candles. They both my children, 9 and 10, son and daughter, picked the candle they wanted for their room. And I was very trepidatious about it. I thought it was a bad idea. And like I said, I gave in. And then Yankee Candle also now sells these like canisters, these glass canisters that you put the candle in. It sits on the bottom and it's decorative. So in hers, you could still see the candle. But like basically, I don't even know if this is why they're doing it, but it's going to protect the candle. They're not going to knock the candle over. So this seemed like a really good idea. And they weren't totally cheap. They were $25 each. So $50 on these canisters. So we get home and I go to my husband, their daddy, and I'm telling him the whole thing. Like, we got these candles, we got these canisters. And Daddy was like, yeah, we'll talk later, but that's probably not going to happen. Like, we're returning those. And it wasn't worth the fight for me. I don't mean that in a bad way. He was just like, I knew he was right. These aren't good purchases for my children. So a little bit later, I'm in the room rewrapping everything and packing it back up into the bag to return it. And I had this bright idea, except with sarcasm, to take the wrapped candle and place it inside of the canister that we're going to return. I don't know why I wanted to do that, especially because we were keeping the candle and returning the canister. So this doesn't make sense. But it was on the ground on our ceramic floor downstairs. And as I was putting the candle into the canister, the candle dropped out of my hand, fell into the canister on the tile ground, and the canister bottom broke. It's glass, and it broke. And man, did I plummet into less than. Here's where the whole story finally comes into what Vicki always talks about, in our same as core, same as. I am equal to all. I am not better than. I am not less than. I have worth because I was born. I can hold myself in warm regard in spite of my flaws and imperfections. That's the one I couldn't do right then. I can hold myself in warm regard in spite of my flaws and imperfections. I am same as everyone else. I am not better than. I am not less than. And I plummeted into less than. Now, for me, for many of my viewers and my clients, there's verbiage that goes along with the less than. People berate themselves. One of my clients literally says, like, what are you, an effing idiot? He says the full word. He berates himself pretty harshly. I don't usually have words for mine. I just know that I feel, why did I do that? What was I thinking? I don't necessarily go into like, I'm an idiot, but it was like, why did I do that? What was I thinking? He's going to be so mad at me. Then I reined myself in. Like, I'm not thrilled that it's $25. And it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't $25,000. Even if it was, even if I get in a car accident and crash the car, we're still all okay. Thank goodness. So I plummet down into this less than of like, I messed up. I made a mistake. Those are mine. And I did. It took me some time to pull myself out of it. So what happens for me now, if you're noticing at all, yes, I still go into these. I still go into less than. I like doing it this way better because then they can come together, even though my hands naturally do this. So I still go into less than. Sometimes I still go into better than, depending on the topic. I can go up. The question is, how fast can we bring ourselves back to center? How fast can I breathe myself up into same as? How fast can I breathe myself down into same as? And the way we breathe ourselves down into same as is to remember whomever we are referring to, they matter too. So if I've gone up on my husband, he matters too. That's how I breathe myself back down. If I've, gone up on a driver who cut me off on the highway and then slowed down, he or she matters too. So that's how you breathe yourself down. They matter too. And how you breathe yourself up is, I matter. I'm enough and I matter. I'm enough and I matter in spite of my flaws and imperfections. I can hold myself in warm regard in spite of my flaws and imperfections. I am same as. I stand equal to all, eye to eye and toe to toe. That's the other one for same as. Better than, less than, same as. Here's the goal. I mean, keeping in mind the outside sources of self-esteem, ESA, esteem, self-esteem. A is for achievements, S is for society, and the final A is for attributes or assets. Kind of what you have. I have a car, that's an asset, or I have pretty hair, that's an attribute. So that's why I lumped them both in together, because when I learned them, it was just attributes, but it's assets. I have a nice house. I have nice shoes. Those are assets. But so attributes and assets. And then, like I said, the other lens, so that's the outside versus inherent self-esteem. And the other lens is, are we better than? Are we less than? Are we same as? Breathe yourself back up. It took me some time that day. It didn't take me hours like it probably did in the past. It took me minutes because I catch it now. I feel myself come in, like I literally like shrink inside. I feel myself do it. And then I realize, oh, that's where I'm at. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I messed up. I messed up. I broke it. I'm not proud of myself. I'm not going to berate myself. I'm not going to defend myself. I messed up. That's how we get to here. With those, like I said, affirmations. And those affirmations, so you don't have to frantically write them down as I'm talking and you don't have to memorize them as I'm talking. Go to yourdecisiondiva.com. I think it's down here. yourdecisiondiva.com. And you'll get a printout of those affirmations that will help you. And then you'll also get all my contact information. So reach out to me so we can work together and find out where you get stuck and why. I am your Decision Diva. I am your Queen of Clarity, and I'll catch you next time.